and grouping all Republicans. All Republicans are assholes. Every single fucking one. There's no such thing as a good Republican. From the top right to the bottom, none of them fucking care about other people.
Now, granted, I don't expect a Canadian like Peetz to understand or know American history, and in fact, I wouldn't understand this Eurotrash piece of shit to understand any form of American history whatsoever. But what Pete said here is saying that Republicans don't care, and they're bad from the top down. They never cared about anyone. But here's just some stats as a Civil War historian. You know, 750,000 total number of deaths in Civil War. That's both sides, Confederate and Northern, Yankee, Federal. And about half this number, if not more, the lion's share of that 750,000 were Republicans, abolitionists, fighting to free slaves. Now, that's what they were fighting for, and regardless of political opinion, or even me as being a secessionist, sympathetic Confederate, that is a noble goal. That is quite honorable, regardless of them being exploited or whatever that reason is. And here's another one: 504 deaths per day during the Civil War, and about 2.5 of the American population died. You know, and a good number of that are these asshole Republicans who didn't care. And here's just some big names. These are just some big names I know of, some very honorable people. You know, Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. He was a philosophy teacher at Bowdoin up there in Maine. He had a brother, Thomas Chamberlain, that died at Gettysburg. But again, according to Peetz, these are two asshole Republicans who never cared about anyone. Of course, here's a big one: Robert Gould Shaw. He was an abolitionist. His parents were abolitionists, and he actually died alongside his African American soldiers and comrades that he commanded. Oh, big asshole, by the way. Big asshole who didn't care about anyone or no one else. Just an asshole from the top down. And of course, you know, the biggest, the biggest asshole of them, of course, Abraham Lincoln, the guy who initiated a civil war to free another race of human beings and to abolish slavery. So, I guess you could probably, Peetz probably doesn't know shit about history. He's just one of these left-wing reactionary pieces of shit. And he'll sit there and shove his mouth full of, like, McDonald's and just be a fat, ignorant, dumb bastard. But, yeah, Peetz, fuck you, man. And here's some additional history. There was even people during this era, the Redlegs out of Kansas, that were persecuting people in Missouri just because they didn't have an opinion on slavery. The Redlegs would go into Missouri, burn, pillage, rape, and murder, all in the name of abolition and other people, and that's not right and not condoning that. But there were radical assholes that were prepared to carry out heinous crimes in the name of freeing the slaves. Some of them identified as Republicans, some of them abolitionists. And for Peetz to even say this, you know, a guy who pretends to be Mr. Big Brain information, oh, did you read the article? Sure, fuck this one up on a colossal scale. And Peetz, you're garbage. Stick to your Euro trash Canadian bullshit country up there. Leave Americans alone. And there's this trend of Europeans and Euro trash trying to deduct and trying to solve America's problem. This is a reason why we broke away from you people in the first place. To say fuck you, to have our own freedom and liberty, and to have our own free will. Now, I know most of you guys are used to being cucked to kings and queens and emperors, but we're different here. And regardless of the bad shit that happens in our country, why don't you guys fuck off and mind your own business? And especially with, like, Pete saying it's all Republican shit. Fuck you, man. You say Republicans don't care, that we're hateful, we're rotten from the top down, as you sit there in a $300 gaming chair stuffing your mouth with fast food, expensive fast food, as people in Africa starve. Oh, that's rich, but we're the assholes here. But then again, Peetz is one of these leftist reactionary NPC motherfuckers, And he can say shit like this because he's just an ignorant retard. And that's all I gotta say on this Peetz reaction. Hopefully you found it interesting. Leave a like, leave a dislike, and yeah, fuck this ignorant, fat retard.